Hey everyone, today I'll be showcasing a bunch of mods that replace some of the vanilla creatures in Skyrim. Now, there are many mods that change the textures or meshes of creatures, and it would be impossible to list all of them in a single video, so all the mods I've picked here are more than a simple retexture. These mods completely remake the creatures, making them look dramatically different than in vanilla, and will serve as a breeze of fresh air to your game. The first set of replacers I'll be showing are mods made by PSBoss. PSBoss Mods replace many of the female creatures in Skyrim, and the goal of the mod is to make them look very sexually attractive. The replacers are very high quality, unlike previous mods of the same manner that would simply adjust the creature's mesh to give it bigger boobs or whatever. You can choose between NSFW versions where the creatures will be completely naked, or SFW versions that keep their private parts covered. Some of the mods also let you choose between alternative textures. For example, the Dwarven Centurions mod has standard gold color or an alternative silver color as an option. Currently, PSBoss has the replacers for the following creatures: Hag Ravens, Female Vampire Lords, Female Giants. This mod will actually add female variants to giants, so you will encounter both the old male giants that aren't affected by the mod and the newly added female giants. Female Draugr, Female Falmer Shaman, Dwarven Centurion, Frost Atronach, Storm Atronach, Spriggans, Wisp Mothers, Flame Atronach, Spriggan Matron, Dragon Priest, and even the Dwarven Sphere. If you want to make your female Skyrim creatures hot, this mod does it the best. If you want to keep it lore friendly, you probably shouldn't download it. PSBoss also has similar replacers for the statues in Skyrim, the Night Mother, and some miscellaneous SFW retextures. Alright, so besides PSBoss, all the creatures I'll be showing now are completely SFW, and the next mod is Falmer Overhaul by MandragoraSprouts. So not much to say here, just look at the video and judge for yourself. To me, the Falmer don't look that much different from the vanilla version, and the most notable difference in my opinion is in the eyes. Still, I would say it's a pretty high quality replacer. There is another mod by the same author, however, that was released very recently and replaces Draugr. Now this one is actually insane. The Draugr is super high quality and packed with detail. I'd say it's the best mod for lore-friendly Draugr textures, and in fact the Draugr is so detailed that their armor, which isn't affected by the mod, will look terrible in comparison. So I recommend grabbing Zavbios Ancient Nord Armor retexture, which I'll also link in the description. MandragoraSprouts also has insanely high quality mod for the Daedric and Divines statues. They're also insanely detailed and I highly recommend them. And like PSBoss, she also has a replacer for the Night Mother, so MandragoraSprouts is like the lore-friendly version of PSBoss in a way. Next we have a bunch of creature replacers made by Fourth Unknown. Fourth Unknown is a very skilled mod author, mainly known for Daedric creature mods and also his armor and weapon mods, but he has several vanilla creature replacers as well. The first one is a replacer for Flame Atronachs. It makes them look a little bit more human, makes their armor somewhat skimpier and changes the horns, so pretty cool. Next is a Spriggan replacer, and this one makes the Spriggans look drastically different. They have a completely different style. I really like this replacer and it makes Spriggans look a bit more human as well, but on the other hand they also look quite scary compared to the vanilla Spriggans. Then we have a replacer for Trolls. I also really love this one. The Trolls look strong and menacing, their face is much more detailed compared to the vanilla Skyrim Troll whose texture I think looks quite bad. I will say though, this replacer kinda makes them look like a gorilla. Lastly, we have a replacer for Skeletons, which was released a couple of weeks ago. It's not very dramatic, but still interesting, and for some reason it reminds me of how skeletons would look like in older games. Personally, I don't think it's necessarily better than a vanilla skeleton with a good retexture though. Do you also think that vanilla Skyrim spiders look quite silly and harmless? The mod Arachnid Brutality is here to change that. It will make your spiders scarier and more menacing, just as they should be. If you have arachnophobia, I highly recommend this mod for you. If you don't like scary creatures though, maybe you'd prefer a replacer for rabbits. The Real Rabbits mod will give your rabbits a high quality mesh and texture. It will give them a nice fur shell and also add color variants for them. Your rabbits will now look extra cute and fluffy. Alright, so the next mod is a must have for every Skyrim enjoyer. Really just go and download this mod right now if you haven't yet. It's Bears of the North, and as you've guessed it, it's a replacer for bears. It makes them much larger, more menacing, more fluffy with realistic fur effects, and overall just so much more beautiful than in vanilla. It replaces all three bear variants, the regular bear, the cave bear, the snow bear, and also replaces the Hearthfire bear trophies. This is what vanilla bears should have been. Again, just go and download the mod, it's the definitive replacer for bears. Now, what is the most stupid, disgusting, ugly, hideous looking creature in vanilla Skyrim? It's the wolf, obviously. I freaking hate the way they look in this game. But we're gonna fix it right now though. And you actually have two options to choose from. First, you have True Wolves of Skyrim. This is an older mod made for Legendary Edition, but I'm still using it to this day. It makes the wolves look like actual wolves and less like a demented dog. It replaces all of the wolf variants in the game, and it's even compatible with immersive creatures. The cool thing about it is that for every wolf type it has different color variations and eye color variants that you can choose from during installation. As I said, the mod was made for LE, and you'll find it in the Skyrim LE Nexus mods page, but at the bottom of the optional files it has a patch that makes it compatible with Special Edition. The second choice for a wolf replacer is Wolves of Skyrim, which is actually inspired by True Wolves of Skyrim and Bears of the North. It's a newer mod, but is also a great replacer. To me it's quite similar to True Wolves of Skyrim, with the only difference being that in this mod you can make the wolves more fluffy if you like. Speaking of fluffy animals, there is also a mod called Fluffworks. It enhances the fur texture of many of the animals in Skyrim, making it look more realistic. So if you like that, go grab the mod from the link in the description. Do note that if you use mods such as Bears of the North or Wolves of Skyrim, you should load it after Fluffworks, as they're not really compatible. Fluffworks is compatible with retextures that don't touch the mesh though. Next, we have a few mods for horses. The first mod is Steeds of Skyrim. It's a newer mod that will replace all the horses in your game with a high quality mesh and texture. It also replaces the unique horses in the game, such as Shadowmere, and has patches for some modded horses as well. Next we have Better Frost and Better Shadowmere to replace these two unique horses in the game. Quite underrated mods, honestly. Better Frost will make the horse look unique. It changes the texture, the eyes, gives it an aura and a unique saddle. It also greatly boosts its stats and makes it essential. When downloading the mod you have many options to choose from. You need to choose an option for each of the three files. One for the aura intensity, one for the eyes, and one for the saddle. Better Shadowmere is made by the same author and does the exact same thing for Shadowmere. Boosts its stats and looks, and like with Frost, when downloading you can choose an option for each of the three parts of the horse. As I said, the mods are quite underrated, they really make these two horses unique and beautiful. Alternatively for Shadowmere you can also use the mod Shadowmere Replace. It's also a good mod, but will make the horse look completely different from vanilla. It is actually a recolor of the mod Arvak Replace, which as you can guess, replaces Arvak from Dawnguard. For Arvak you can also use Arvak My Version by Xtudo if you want a more lore-friendly replacer. Lastly, I will show you some replacers for dragons. Now there are too many dragon retextures for this video and I tried to rather stick to complete redesigns, so I'll only give you a couple mods here. And first we have Dragons SE, which is a new mod by Fourth Unknown, whose work we've already seen earlier in the video. It's a high quality and lore-friendly replacer just as his previous ones. Fourth Unknown never disappoints, and I think he's done an outstanding job on the dragons. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you can also use GOT Dragons, which is a beautiful dragon replacer inspired by the show. The mod itself only replaces the nameless dragons in the game. There are a lot of add-ons for it to also replace Alduin, Durnevir, Odahviing, and there's also the House of the Dragon Dragons mod to replace mod-added dragons such as those from the Diverse Dragons mod. Of course, I will link the mod and all available add-ons for it in the description. Now we've reached the end of the video, and if you know any other high quality replacers for creatures such as the ones I've mentioned, let me and the other viewers know by writing it in the comments. I hope you found something you like here, and I'll see you in the next one.